Hi, I am William Faulkner. I was born on September 25, 1897 in Oxford, state of Mississippi. I am primarily known for my novels and short stories set in the fictional Unnapatawa County, based on Lafayette in Mississippi, where I spent most of my life. It serves as a lens through which I could examine the practices, folkways, and attitudes that had divided and united the people of the South since the nation's inception. My family, particularly my mom, my grandmother Olia Butler, and Caroline Barr, a woman who raised me from infancy, crucially influenced the development of my artistic imagination. I had been attended to Mississippi University. A Rose for Emily was my first short story published in a national magazine. Here I want to talk about this short story. Are you ready for my story? Story begins in the town where Amelia's house is. Her house is the last vestige of the grandeur of a lost era. It sits on what had once been our most select street, but garages and cotton gins had encroached. Only Miss Emily's house left.
I am Emily. I am 30 years old now, still single. I am a person who demand to live life on my own terms. Mr. Grierson is my dad. He is a controlling, looming presence even in death. My family is wealthy. My dad donate money to the town so I don't have to pay the taxes.
When I walked by her house, I always saw Miss Emily in front of the window, and her dad back to her and clutching a horsewhip. Her family really got influence on her.
Yeah. It's understandable that she's still single. I think she wouldn't have turned down all of her chance if they had really materialized.
When her father died, in a way, people were glad. At last they could pity Miss Emily. Being left alone, and a pauper, she had become humanized.
After the death of my dad, I was sick for a long time. The town had begun to paving the sidewalks in the summer. I met the foreman of the riggers. His name is Homer Barron. He is a big, dark, ready man, with a big voice and eyes lighter than his face. He looks smart and optimistic.
Presently people began to see him and Miss Emily on Sunday afternoons driving in the yellow wheel buggy and the mashed team of bays from the livery stable. As Emily fell in love with Homer Barron, the whispering began because Homer is not suited with Emily's family background. But Emily seems like to ignore the side talks and recognize more of her dignity as the last Grierson. After a few days, Emily went into a drugstore and asked for poison.
I want arsenic.
Why? Of course. But the law requires you to tell what you are going to use it for.
Miss Emily just stared at him, her head tilted back in order to look him eye for eye, until he looked away and went and got the arsenic and wrapped it up. But when she opened the package at home, there was written on the box, under the skull and bones, for rats. After town people saw her bought the poison, the whispering began again.
I think she will suicide. It's good for herself.
Yeah, that's right. When she had first begun to be seen with Homer Barron, I thought she would persuade him to marry.
Because Homer himself had remarked that he liked men, and it was known that he drank with the younger men in the Elks Club.
Miss Emily had been to the jeweler's and ordered a man's toilet set in silver, with the letters HB on each piece. 2 days later she had bought a complete outfit of men's clothing, including a nightshirt. 3 days later, a neighbor saw the Negro man admit Homer Barron to the kitchen door at dusk one evening. 6 months later,
I think that was the last time I saw of Homer Barron.
For almost 6 months she did not even appear on the streets.
When people next saw Miss Emily, she had grown fat and her hair was turning to iron gray. Daily, monthly, yearly people watched the Negro grow grayer and more stooped, going in and out with the market basket. Years passed, Emily still locked herself inside of the house. People started smelled stink smells from Emily's house.
Oh my god, her house stinks pretty bad. What kind of food is she cooking? Or did her Negro kill the rabbit?
We should sprinkle lime there. 'Cause we cannot accuse a lady to her face of smelling bad.
They broke open the cellar door and sprinkled lime there, and in all the outbuildings. Miss Emily just looked at them through the window when they are doing that. After a week or two the smell went away. After the smell event, Emily keep herself in the house didn't show up for nearly 30 years until her death. No one know if she is sick. All people see is her Negro going out and in.
At the funeral,
people unlocked the door of Emily's upstairs bedroom, which no one has been, except Emily.
They smelled the foreign odor. When they take a close look to the bed, they saw a school of Homer Barron. And on the pillow next to him, they found Emily's Aaron gray hair.
So this is the story of A Rose of Emily. Did you understand what happened now? I want to invite my friend, Kiki, now to help you better understand the theme.
Hi, I'm Kiki. Here I'm going to talk about the themes in William Faulkner's A Rose for Emily. In A Rose for Emily, the major theme is isolation and loneliness. This theme is expressed in the story through Emily's under the tradition and history of that time. Her family was the last noble family in the town, well located in southern of that country. The death of her dad also means she is the last generation of the family. And when she denying his father's death, she actually denying she is the only generation left. When Homer Barron occurred in her life, she devoted her love to this man who is going to leave her because he is not ready to marry Emily. At this point, she is lonely as well because her love for Barron was unilateral. When Emily decided to poison Barron to death, although she got to be with Barron until her death, she is still lonely because the man accompanying her was only a dead body, not a heart that loved her. On the other hand, the theme is expressed by the town people when they whispering and isolate Emily because of her family background and her personality. William Faulkner is a representative writer of stream of consciousness novel. In his writing, Faulkner was particularly interested in exploring the moral implication of history. The occurrence of William Faulkner was a symbol of European modern fiction's innovation and moving to American literature. After his occurrence, 20th century's modernist fiction's innovationist takes roots in North American continent and slowly extending South America as well. He mixed traditions and history of South in his literature, but the formation of new literature peak.
Thank you for watching.